Hey everybody, Will Fix here. Got another video for you today. And go ahead and listen to the content. I put this front end of this video on after I had done the piece of content. But I have to say the content, I did not edit out the mistakes because I thought they were hilarious. I hope you find them funny too. We'll find out in the comments, find out that if you figure that that's funny. Hey, if you don't have one, get yourself a decent wallet. I have two. And did you know if you put the same seed phrase in, it's the same wallet. So you can keep one as, in a secure place, maybe a separate location or something that you access with your thumbprint and still has to, pair with your Bluetooth device. And if you need one, please use the link that I got popping up in the description. Go ahead and pick you one up. You'll get a discount and free shipping. So go ahead and pick you one of those up. Also, at the end of this video, I give a little breakdown of how to maybe pick a trade and make some money in the futures market using BTCC. You see the link there that you can scan. But that'll be after the content, just a quick lesson in case you want to see that. It's not financial advice, but you may find it enjoyable. Thought I would share this post by Smoke with you. So let's go ahead and get started. Smoke, SMQKE, if you want to follow him on x.com. He's got great content always. But check this out. Ripple is actively being integrated into SWIFT. And we're going to look at all this. Third-party partnerships like EastNets and Ripple are key to enabling XRP to move across the SWIFT network as an ISO 20022 compliant asset. EastNet's PaymentSafe platform connects Ripple's blockchain technology with SWIFT's traditional financial systems. I want to stop here and say, if you don't know what the SWIFT system is, I have new people that watch the show. It's a payment system for global finances between countries. The SWIFT system sends cross-border payments, and it does it very inefficiently. It was created, I think, in the 50s and maybe upgraded in the 70s. But it's old technology. It takes days and many dollars. But that's the SWIFT system. It's also the system that's used by the United States to sanction countries and, basically try to control their behavior, which has weaponized the dollar and is a big problem. So just as a quick refresher course, what XRP will do is eliminate all of the control that the SWIFT system's given the United States. One reason why the Democrats were fighting it is because then cross-border payments become something that people can have regardless of what the United States wants to do and trying to punish people with the dollar. So there's probably some debate about that among everybody out there. If you agree with that, put in there, yes, I agree with that. Put in the comments. And if you don't agree with that, just let us know. Say, no, I don't agree with that. And we'll know what you mean. All right, so with SWIFT's traditional financial systems, as an ISO 20022 compliant hub, it allows seamless interoperability between blockchain solutions like Ripple and financial infrastructures like SWIFT. This integration enables XRP to act as a bridge currency, facilitating cross-border payments through SWIFT's global network. By using platforms like PaymentSafe, financial institutions can benefit from Ripple's blockchain technology without disrupting their existing systems. Now let's look at this printed material here. He's highlighted EastNet's launches managed SWIFT system service on AWS cloud. Now let's read the body of this text. Delivering secure, scalable, and compliant SWIFT connectivity for financial institutions worldwide. So it's fully managed SWIFT system. It's fully managed Swift service ensures secure financial messaging, operational continuity, and Swift compliance. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, a peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. Powered by AWS infrastructure for enhanced scalability, security, and resilience. Flexible subscription based on pricing model tailored to institutional needs. By the way, if you like this kind of content, please do hit the thumbs up button for me and hit the bell notification. Sign up and subscribe. You know, sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's informative, sometimes it's lousy, but I give you what I can. So if you want to subscribe to that, then please do. So London Business Wire. EastNets, a global leader in compliance and payment solutions, has launched its managed Swift service on AWS Cloud. The service address critical challenges. This service address critical challenges such as regulatory compliance, operational complexity, and cybersecurity risk the services. With the global launch, this service, we are empowering financial institutions to replace complex, resource-intensive Swift management with a streamlined, secure, and cost-effective solution, said Anis Jabber. Surely, that's not how you say that. So I'm sorry. That's just how I read it just now. So maybe it's Anis. Anis Jabber. All right. So let's just move right along. Hit the thumbs up for me. This is a good time to hit it because maybe you're laughing. So whatever this Jabber's first name is, Group Director, Cloud Services and Information Security at EastNets. This service offers the flexibility, scalability, and compliance that organizations need to stay competitive in an evolving financial ecosystem. Key features of the managed Swift system service include comprehensive, fully managed Swift service, including Swift Alliance Access, Swift Alliance Gateway, Swift API integration, ISO 20022 translation and secure messaging archiving, and integrated payment hub for advanced processing and workflow automation with ISO 20022 translation, duplicate detection, transaction monitoring, and fraud prevention. And then also the final one, subscription-based pricing tailored to contract duration and usage, providing financial institutions with cost, predictability, and scalability. So, what are we talking about here? Well, we're talking about the system used by the world today, the Swift system, integrating Ripple and XRP into their system. This is fantastic. This is fantastic because this is where tons and tons and tons of money is going around the world, and XRP being the perfect bridge asset will really accomplish the task and create liquidity in the system, because you'll have banks and institutions doing transactions in billions and trillions of dollars, buying and selling XRP. We call it buying and selling. That's what has to happen in order for the bank to utilize the XRP asset as a cross-border transaction vehicle. They theoretically, they purchase the XRP. So if they're moving $1 billion, they purchase $1 billion worth, send it from point A to point B. Point B sells the XRP for whatever currency they want, and then the transaction is complete. That buying and selling is the liquidity that we as retail investors will get to cash in on. This is how we will be able to sell our millions of dollars worth really easily, because we got these giant transactions that will be taking place on cross-border transactions with banks and institutions. None of this is financial advice, but I wanted to show you how to place a trade in futures, perpetual futures, so there's no date problems. You know, if you look on Coinbase, you can buy those that are dated, kind of like option contracts. This isn't that. This is perpetual. In other words, I can open a position, and if I believe XRP is going to be higher than it is now, eventually, then I can safely open up a position for pennies on the dollar to represent a certain amount of XRP. So we're looking at XRP USDT trading pair. Here's a live chart. This is today at 7:02 p.m. But say I wanted to trade in the volatility. So what I have chosen here is the 1 hour chart. Okay, so this is the 1 hour chart, as you see here, and I'm going to select this, and I'm going to draw across the tops of these, and going to do what's called a channel. So let's draw the channel. Okay, now we're going to draw another one across the bottom. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you see the idea, right? You see the idea. So what does this tell me? Well, this tells me right now it's at the top of this channel. If it follows suit, then it's going to go from here down here somewhere, and then before it reverses and goes back up. Looks like the trend is downwards. So, but let's say I'm going to try to trade inside. I say try because there's always risk involved. Say I'm going to try to trade inside of this particular channel. So I want to open up a short position because of where it's at now. Okay, so I go over here. This is in short. I got it. That's on 9x. Let's increase that to 10. So I take a 10x position. I don't guess I saved it. Confirm. There we go. So we got a 10x position. I've selected market, but you could place a limit order and set the price. But here's a market order. And let's say I've put $500 in, and I'm going to buy a quantity of 1,000 XRP, and it's not actual purchase of 1,000 XRP, but this contract will represent 1,000 times 10 in how much profit or loss it is occurring. So let's check this out. So let me open up a short. So now I simply click open a short. And you can see it's populated down here that I've opened up a short position of 1,000 XRP with the average price of 238, and there's my profit and loss. It's going down right now, so we're losing. That's probably the fees that we're charged. Also, if you KYC your order, then when you sign up, if you KYC, they're going to give you 30 USDT. And you can easily earn 100. I've earned a couple thousand. You can easily earn enough to cover the fees on that end. Okay, but this is the one you want to look at. When this estimated liquidation price, when this estimated price is reached, your position may be liquidated. This price is calculated based on the position margin. That's the leftover money that's left over from your purchase. Say you put in $500. Well, let's say we use 238. Well, there's 238 more dollars, or there's the balance of 238 and 500 in the scenario that we've given you, that if it started going the opposite direction and lost that much, this would end up populating a price for you. So since this is a short, this would be a price higher than 238. So it might say 260 something. Okay, and so if this was a long position, then it would be a lower position, right? So lower than your price. And let me show you how that looks like. We got everything populated. I'm going to open up a second position, 1,000, and I'm going to open up a long. So we got still a 10x. It's going to be market order, open up a long. So now this is a long position. So when this populates estimated liquidation price, it's going to show you the price, like let's say it shows $2.10. and you're like, man, I don't like that. Well, then you can change your position by moving. Let's say you want to go 9x. You go down some to decrease the amount spent on the position, and that increases the other side, the liquidity available for it to use before it goes down. And that's if you want to be able to sleep at night. If you're doing a trade where you're just going to make, a lot of people just make $10, $15 a trade trading within the channel, and then they'll trade again and let it reverse, and they sit there and play with it for several hours and just make money as they're playing within the channel. So you can do that or do others. I just thought I would give you a quick look at that. Go ahead and scan that image and get the link and go ahead and get signed up and start experimenting for yourself. I'm not giving you financial advice, but it is fun. You don't have to use $500. You can use less than that. That's just the example I was given. Hope you guys like this content. I'll see you next video.